At the beginning of the movie, we see an advertisement on the TV that boasts about an old black and white TV show called Pleasantville. The organizers have conducted a Pleasantville trivia contest for a chance to win $1,000. Somewhere else lives a pair of twins named David and Jennifer. Despite being twins, the two are vastly different from each other and have contrasting interests. David likes to read books, watch TV, and has only a few friends, while Jennifer has no interest in her studies, is outgoing, and spends most of her time worrying about her looks. Although the two go to the same school, they are not particularly close to each other. David is also a freak for the TV show Pleasantville. Pleasantville is a black and white sitcom from the 50s about an idealistic family of the Parkers. George, his wife Betty, and their two children, Bud and Mary Sue. David spends most of his night watching the sitcom and is an expert on it. He can even recite every line from the whole show. Unlike the Parker family, David's family is not so perfect. His parents are divorced, and his relationship with his sister is non-existent. David plans to watch the Pleasantville Marathon and join the trivia in hope of winning the $1,000. However, the same night of the trivia, Jennifer invites her crush and the most popular guy in the school to come over for a movie night. Their mother will not be home that day, so it is the perfect opportunity for Jennifer. The night comes, and Jennifer and David both want to watch different things on TV. They fight over the remote and accidentally break it. The TV cannot be turned on now. Just then, the doorbell rings, and Jennifer rushes to fetch her crush, but to her disappointment, it is a random person who claims to be a repairman. The twins are doubtful because they hadn't called anyone to fix the remote that broke a few seconds ago, but they let the man in anyway. He randomly starts asking David trivia questions about Pleasantville, and David answers them all correctly. The man is impressed and gives them a heavy-looking remote. As the man leaves, the twins continue fighting for the new remote and accidentally press a button. Suddenly, the two are sucked into the TV. They are now in Parker's living room, dressed as people from the 50s. The shocked siblings look around and see everything in black and white. Then, the same repairman appears on the television and tells them that they are in Pleasantville. David freaks out and asks the man to let them out, but the man insists the Pleasantville world is much better than the real world they live in. It turns out that David and Jennifer have replaced Bud and Mary Sue in the sitcom. The twins have to live their life from now onwards. Their mother on the show, Betty, forces them to eat a lot, as she does with her children. As they walk through the town of Pleasantville, they see everyone is black and white and acts differently from the people they are used to. David, who knows how the people in the sitcom act, has no problem adjusting to the new environment, but Jennifer has no idea what is going on. They see a group of firefighters saving a kitten stuck on a tree. The two find out that Pleasantville has no fire. As in the show, the use of fire was never shown, so no one in Pleasantville knows that fire even exists. Right after, Mary Sue's love interest in the show named Skip Martin passes by. Jennifer sees the handsome boy and is instantly drawn to him. She has found a reason to enjoy her stay at Pleasantville. David and Jennifer even have to go to the old-fashioned school as Bud and Mary. David recognizes all the characters and helps her sister by introducing them to her from afar. He tells her to go along with the plot of the sitcom and not disturb the flow. Jennifer, as Mary, takes the classes in her school and finds out that the people that think Pleasantville is the only city in the world. The road that leads out of the town is in a circle that leads back to the town. Hence, the people are oblivious to the outside world. Later, at recess, David sees that he is able to score every time at basketball. The team is perfect, similar to their character in the sitcom. Skip approaches David to ask him if he can take Jennifer out on a date. David tells him that she isn't ready to date yet, but Mary Sue going on a date with Skip was on the plot of the show, so David wants Jennifer to go out with him at least once. He warns her not to disrupt the original plot of the show. Jennifer agrees and gets ready for the date. Meanwhile, David goes to work at a diner where his boss is a friendly man named Bill Johnson. The diner is very popular in Pleasantville and has a major role in the sitcom. Jennifer and Skip arrive at the diner for their date. Skip is very different from the guys Jennifer is used to dating. She gets bored at the diner and tells Skip to take her to a famous spot in the town called the Lover's Lane. As the two set off, David realizes what his sister is trying to do. He tries to stop them but isn't successful. The Lover's Lane is a place where couples come to hold hands and watch the beautiful sky. However, Jennifer has different plans. She starts to make out with Skip, who is completely oblivious to the idea. At home, Bill visits David after work. As the two talk, the mother, Betty, comes into the living room and locks eyes with Bill. The two are attracted to each other. Skip then drops Jennifer home and sees the color of a red rose nearby. He finds it weird because he has always only seen it in black and white. The following day at school, David notices Skip talking about his date with Jennifer to everyone from his basketball team. All of them are shocked at the revelation. The otherwise perfect basketball team cannot score that day. Jennifer has changed the nature of the characters. David asks her to keep everything in check, but she insists the people of Pleasantville need a change. Because of Jennifer's influence, people in the town start seeing colors. Bill doesn't want to own a diner anymore, and more people start visiting the Lover's Lane. The townspeople, including the mayor, grow suspicious of the sudden appearance of color in the town and are not happy about it. One day, Betty asks Jennifer what goes on in the Lover's Lane and gets to know about the concept of making love. At night, she touches herself while bathing and starts seeing colors all around. But because of such changes, a tree outside the Parker home starts to burn in flames. People, including firefighters, do not know what to do because they are new to the concept of fire. David instructs firefighters to put off the fire step by step and manages to stop it from getting worse. He is later rewarded by the mayor for his bravery. David's friend from school named Margaret gives him cookies as a present to express she likes him. David has never had a girl like him, so he is over the moon. Other teens ask David how he knew about fire. David introduces them to the concept of reading books and getting such knowledge from literature. He tells them the story of a famous novel, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The book, which usually is blank, starts to fill with words as he tells the story. The youngsters start visiting the library often to get the knowledge that David and Jennifer have. The fathers of the town, including the mayor, are not happy about the change and decide to do something about it. The mayor visits the father, George, and includes him in the Founding Fathers Council. He wants to work with him to implement strict laws against colored people. George happily agrees and calls Betty to meet the mayor. However, Betty hides in the kitchen, seeing that she is turning colorful as well. David finds her crying and helps her by applying black and white makeup on her. One day, David brings books of old paintings and art to the diner and shows them to Bill. Bill is fascinated and discovers that he is passionate about painting. David also asks Margaret out and is happy when she agrees. This is the first time someone as attractive as Margaret has liked him. When David returns home, he sees the repairman who sent them to Pleasantville on TV trying to communicate with him. The man claims that David and Jennifer have changed the plot of the sitcom completely. He wants David to return to his own world. However, David has grown used to his life in Pleasantville. For the first time in his life, he feels like he belongs somewhere. So, he turns the TV off, refusing to go back. He then picks Margaret in his car and takes her to Lover's Lane, which has completely turned colorful, thanks to the bulk of lovers who come there. On the other hand, Betty is walking around the town when she notices Bill's paintings displayed in front of the diner. The different colors intrigue her, so she goes inside to meet him. As the two talk, Bill sees that Betty has turned completely colored and tells her she looks beautiful. Betty melts at the comment, but both of them know they cannot take their conversation further. Meanwhile, Jennifer is turning into the complete opposite of herself from the real world. She values her studies and doesn't spend time thinking about her looks. She even declines when Skip invites her to the Lover's Lane. At night, it starts to rain heavily. The people of Pleasantville have never seen rain and start panicking, but eventually, they get used to it and enjoy the rain. When George returns home from work, he sees that Betty is no longer there to serve him. He is furious and organizes an emergency meeting with the Founding Fathers. All of them are mad about their wives and children not obeying them like they used to. The next day, Bill and Betty wake up in his diner together. When Betty returns home, George tries to make her come to the town meeting, but Betty refuses. She says no to her husband for the first time in her life and asks him to learn to cook dinner himself. George is shocked to witness his wife act like that. The black and white people of the town are getting more intolerant of the colored ones. The Founding Fathers ban chromatic people altogether. People start to riot in the streets. Bill has drawn a naked painting of Betty in the front of his diner. The riots destroy the painting and the diner too. The Founding Fathers also ban the reading of books, listening to loud music, and using colorful paint. Betty, along with David, Jennifer, and other chromatic people, help Bill clean up the mess caused by the riot. David stands up as the leader of the colored people and promises to grant equal freedom to them. He and Bill paint a meaningful painting on a wall as a silent protest, but they too are arrested because of the deed. At the hearing, David and Bill tell the townspeople about how everyone deserves freedom and equality. Their message touches everyone's heart, and suddenly, everyone in the court starts to turn colorful. David shows the mayor a mirror to show him that he has turned colorful as well. The entire town of Pleasantville has color now. Eventually, they start to progress from their orthodox thoughts and look at the new way of living life. The circular road that led to Pleasantville now connects it with other towns, connecting the people with the rest of the world. After David's work is done, he plans to return to his own world. but Jennifer has formed a strong connection with the place, so she decides to stay. David uses the remote that had brought them there to go back home. When he finally reaches home, he finds his mother crying about her ruined life and her relationship with his father. Now that David has been through so much in Pleasantville, he tells his mother that life isn't perfect. A clip of Pleasantville shows us that the people there are much happier in color than they were in black and white. George and Betty are sitting on a park bench. He asks her what might happen next, and Betty replies that she doesn't know. As the camera pans towards George, we see he has changed into Bill.